Rumors in Hollywood: Sam and Dakota go public with their relationship after just 2 months of dating. Meeting in the dark. That evening, at an independent film event in Santa Monica, the dim lights could not hide the attraction of two outstanding people. Sam Ryder, the Scottish action actor, had just returned from the European premiere of the blockbuster Shadow Protocol. And Dakota Blake, the icon of American art house cinema, came to play the female lead in the psychological film The Silence Between Us. They stood facing each other at the bar. Their eyes met, not hasty, not awkward. There was only a strange recognition, as if they had met somewhere in a previous life. "I thought you didn't come to events like this," Dakota said, her eyes cold as ice but her voice warm. "Maybe it's because I heard you don't like crowds either." Sam curled his lips, the typical smile of someone who is used to hiding behind a smile. They left the party in a shiny black SUV. The paparazzi didn't notice, no one thought anything was starting. 2 months of passion. The next 2 months were spent in ordinary mornings, late afternoons on Venice Beach, and long nights with the curtains drawn, away from the glare of Hollywood. Sam rented a small penthouse in the hills of Laurel Canyon, where they would meet regularly after filming. Dakota took Sam to indie concerts at small bars in the city. "You know, if I wasn't an actress, I'd probably run away to Iceland to raise sheep," Dakota said as they sat side by side in the car, in the rain at night. "If you weren't making movies, I'd be with you," Sam replied, his eyes unusually sincere. The feelings came quickly, and deeply, so much so that, they were both afraid, the press began to sniff them out. Hollywood doesn't give anyone time to love in silence, one day, the Hollywood Pulse reported. Sam Ryder spotted walking with Dakota Blake at midnight on Venice Beach. New date? Twitter exploded. Conspiracy theories arose. They're just doing PR for a new movie. Dakota's rebounding from an old relationship. Sam isn't the serious type, but they both remained silent. In their eyes, there was no need to justify what was really there, the fateful party in Beverly Hills. It was at legendary director Roman West's birthday party that the shocking news broke. Sam and Dakota walked in together, holding hands. No avoiding, no turning back. They were dressed in black, tonal and chromatic, staring at each other as if the room of hundreds of people didn't exist. The media exploded in a matter of hours. From E! News reached People magazine, everyone was shocked. Confirmed. Sam Ryder and Dakota Blake officially go public with their relationship. Netizens went crazy. The couple became a new symbol of Hollywood, hot, mysterious, and deep. Between love and loss, but love in Hollywood is never easy. Sam began to be bombarded with interviews about Love Dakota. He dodged, but the media did not spare him. Dakota was snubbed by indie directors who thought she chose the commercial path. They began to argue about work, about each other's appearances in the eyes of the world, about whether they should have gone public so soon. One night, Dakota left Sam's apartment after they argued over a malicious article. She did not return for 5 days. A letter, and a smile. On Friday, Sam left a letter under Dakota's apartment door. "I'm used to fighting bad guys, but I don't know how to keep the one I love. I don't care about the media. I don't care about the contract. I just care about whether you still want to walk on Venice Beach." Dakota read. Silence. Then laughter. That day, she came to Sam's apartment, unannounced. They said nothing, just looked at each other. Then hugged for a long time. Epilogue. Still Hollywood, but their version. 2 months later, they appeared on the cover of Vanity Fair magazine together, in a photo series called Love, Light, and No Apologies. Number 1 called them rumors anymore. They were no longer hiding, no longer showing off. Sam and Dakota, what they were, 2 people with hidden corners, finding each other in this unreal world. When love becomes a brand, within weeks of going public, Sam plus Dakota became a Hollywood media goldmine. They were invited to pose for covers of Vanity Fair, GQ, Elle, and Time with the bold headline, "Real love in a fake world." Advertisers flocked. Netflix asked him to star together in an action romance. An Italian fashion brand offered him a $7 million couple ambassador contract, but it was at this point that their love began to become commercialized. Dakota looked at the contracts. Sam looked at the filming schedule that was being changed because of the couple image. Both were pensive. Are we still in love, or are we playing a role that the world wants to see? Dakota asked one night after pulling out of an advertising campaign. Sam didn't answer right away. He knew this was the first question that was really scary. A kiss in Cannes and a backstabbing. At the Cannes Film Festival, Dakota and Sam appeared on the red carpet together with her new film, an independent work with a strong artistic bent. The photo of the 2 kissing under the flashbulbs became the photo of the year. However, just 3 days later, Page One broke the news. Is Sam Ryder secretly getting back with his ex? Leaked text messages show him saying, "I miss you." Social media exploded. The hashtag Sam Ryder is over party trended worldwide. Dakota was chased by paparazzi at LAX airport. She was interviewed and asked, "How did you feel when you found out you were betrayed?" Sam denied the news, claiming it was a hoax. He even released his text message history to protect himself. But in Dakota's eyes, the trust had cracked. Being apart to understand each other, they decided to take a break, not to break up, but to step back and breathe. Sam went to Tokyo to film a new movie. Dakota went to Scotland to visit a quiet beach she had dreamed of as a child. During their time apart, they wrote letters by hand, no emails, no text messages. "I used to think that loving someone meant holding on to them tightly. But maybe, sometimes you have to learn to let them go for a while, then come back, if they really belong together." Sam wrote. Dakota also replied after a week, "I don't know what the future holds. But I know I'm still waiting for your letter every morning. And no one has made me do that since I was 17. Reunion? No explanation needed. 3 months later, at a New York premiere, no one expected to see Dakota standing silently backstage when Sam walked onto the stage. When he finished speaking, she said only one thing, "You still make me proud." The 2 walked out, no lights, no cameras. For the first time in months, they were themselves. Epilogue: Can true love exist in Hollywood? No one knew how they would end up. They didn't get married right away. They didn't buy a house together. They didn't declare themselves soulmates on TV. But they loved each other, in a calmer, more mature way, and without having to prove it to the world. True love doesn't need to be public at the right time. It just needs the right person, Dakota later told an interviewer.